economy,
経済、
economy,
economy,
market,
市場、
market,
market,
supply,
供給、
supply,
supply,
demand,
需要、
demand,
demand,
price,
価格、
price,
price,
inflation,
インフレーション、
inflation,
inflation,
deflation,
デフレーション、
deflation,
deflation,
interest rate,
金利、
interest rate,
interest rate,
exchange rate,
為替、
exchange rate,
exchange rate,
currency,
通貨、
currency,
currency,
foreign currency,
外貨、
foreign currency,
foreign currency,
trade,
貿易、
trade,
trade,
export,
輸出、
export,
export,
import,
輸入、
import,
import,
tariff,
関税、
tariff,
tariff,
gross domestic product, GDP,
国内総生産、
gross domestic product, GDP,
gross domestic product, GDP,
gross national income, GNI,
国内総所得、
gross national income, GNI,
gross national income, GNI,
purchasing power parity, PPP,
購買力陛下、
purchasing power parity, PPP,
purchasing power parity, PPP,
economic growth rate,
経済成長率、
economic growth rate,
economic growth rate,
business conditions,
景気、
business conditions,
business conditions,
business cycle,
景気循環、
business cycle,
business cycle,
boom,
好景気、
boom,
boom,
recession,
不景気、
recession,
recession,
depression,
恐慌、
depression,
depression,
finance,
金融、
finance,
finance,
monetary policy,
金融政策、
monetary policy,
monetary policy,
fiscal policy,
財政政策、
fiscal policy,
fiscal policy,
central bank,
中央銀行、
central bank,
central bank,
interest rate hike,
利上げ、
interest rate hike,
interest rate hike,
interest rate cut,
利下げ、
interest rate cut,
interest rate cut,
official discount rate,
肯定歩合、
official discount rate,
official discount rate,
quantitative easing,
量的緩和、
quantitative easing,
quantitative easing,
money supply,
通貨供給、
money supply,
money supply,
fiscal deficit,
財政赤字、
fiscal deficit,
fiscal deficit,
fiscal surplus,
財政黒字、
Fiscal surplus.
Fiscal surplus.
Government bonds.
国債、
Government bonds.
Government bonds.
Private enterprise.
民間企業、
Private enterprise.
Private enterprise.
State-owned enterprise.
国営企業、
State-owned enterprise.
State-owned enterprise.
Investment.
投資、
Investment.
Investment.
Direct investment.
直接投資、
Direct investment.
Direct investment.
Indirect investment.
間接投資、
Indirect investment.
Indirect investment.
Stock.
株式、
Stock.
Stock.
Stock price.
株価、
Stock price.
Stock price.
Securities.
証券、
Securities.
Securities.
Bonds.
債券、
Bonds.
Bonds.
Dividend.
配当、
Dividend.
Dividend.
Shareholder.
株主、
Shareholder.
Shareholder.
Stock market.
株式市場、
Stock market.
Stock market.
Investment trust.
投資信託、
Investment trust.
Investment trust.
Fund.
ファンド、
Fund.
Fund.
Derivatives.
デリバティブ、
Derivatives.
Derivatives.
Hedge fund.
ヘッジファンド、
Hedge fund.
Hedge fund.
Risk.
リスク、
Risk.
Risk.
Return.
リターン、
Return.
Return.
Portfolio.
ポートフォリオ、
Portfolio.
Portfolio.
Asset.
資産、
Asset.
Asset.
Liability.
負債、
Liability.
Liability.
Equity capital.
自己資本、
Equity capital.
Equity capital.
Capitalism.
資本主義、
Capitalism.
Capitalism.
Socialism.
社会主義、
Socialism.
Socialism.
Communism.
共産主義、
Communism.
Communism.
Free trade.
自由貿易、
Free trade.
Free trade.
Protectionism.
保護貿易、
Protectionism.
Protectionism.
Monopoly.
独占、
Monopoly.
Monopoly.
Oligopoly.
寡占、
Oligopoly.
Oligopoly.
Competition.
競争、
Competition.
Competition.
Market price.
市場価格、
Market price.
Market price.
Cost.
コスト、
Cost.
Cost.
Fixed cost.
固定費、
Fixed cost.
Fixed cost.
Variable cost.
変動費、
Variable cost.
Variable cost.
Profit.
利益、
profit,
profit,
sales revenue,
売上高、
sales revenue,
sales revenue,
gross profit,
粗利益、
gross profit,
gross profit,
net profit,
純利益、
net profit,
net profit,
operating profit,
営業利益、
operating profit,
operating profit,
revenue,
収益、
revenue,
revenue,
expenditure,
支出、
expenditure,
expenditure,
expense,
経費、
expense,
expense,
cost reduction,
コスト削減、
cost reduction,
cost reduction,
saving,
節約、
saving,
saving,
debt ratio,
負債比率、
debt ratio,
debt ratio,
balance of payments,
収支バランス、
balance of payments,
balance of payments,
financial crisis,
金融危機、
financial crisis,
financial crisis,
economic downturn,
景気後退、
economic downturn,
economic downturn,
stagflation,
スタグフレーション、
stagflation,
stagflation,
trade deficit,
貿易赤字、
trade deficit,
trade deficit,
trade surplus,
貿易黒字、
trade surplus,
trade surplus,
economic sanctions,
経済制裁、
economic sanctions,
economic sanctions,
economic cooperation,
経済協力、
economic cooperation,
economic cooperation,
economic policy,
経済政策、
economic policy,
economic policy,
economic growth,
経済成長、
economic growth,
economic growth,
economic indicators,
経済指標、
economic indicators,
economic indicators,
employment,
雇用、
employment,
employment,
unemployment rate,
失業率、
unemployment rate,
unemployment rate,
minimum wage,
最低賃金、
minimum wage,
minimum wage,
labor productivity,
労働生産性、
labor productivity,
labor productivity,
income disparity,
所得格差、
income disparity,
income disparity,
tax,
税金、
tax,
tax,
corporate tax,
法人税、
corporate tax,
corporate tax,
consumption tax,
消費税、
consumption tax,
consumption tax,
income tax,
所得税、
income tax,
income tax,
tax reform,
税制改革、
tax reform,
tax reform,
corporate earnings,
企業収益、
corporate earnings,
corporate earnings,
economic zone,
経済圏、
economic zone,
economic zone,
Free economy.
自由経済、
Free economy.
Free economy.
Economic development.
経済発展、
Economic development.
Economic development.
Economic growth rate.
経済成長率、
Economic growth rate.
Economic growth rate.
Productivity.
生産性、
Productivity.
Productivity.
Labor force.
労働力、
Labor force.
Labor force.
Employment rate.
雇用率、
Employment rate.
Employment rate.
Full employment.
完全雇用、
Full employment.
Full employment.
Nominal GDP.
名目 GDP、
Nominal GDP.
Nominal GDP.
Real GDP.
実質 GDP、
Real GDP.
Real GDP.
GDP per capita.
一人当たり GDP、
GDP per capita.
GDP per capita.
Economic zone.
経済圏、
Economic zone.
Economic zone.
Economic disparity.
経済格差、
Economic disparity.
Economic disparity.
Income distribution.
所得分配、
Income distribution.
Income distribution.
Capital market.
資本市場、
Capital market.
Capital market.
Financial market.
金融市場、
Financial market.
Financial market.
Foreign direct investment, FDI.
外国直接投資、
Foreign direct investment, FDI.
Foreign direct investment, FDI.
Balance of payments.
国際収支、
Balance of payments.
Balance of payments.
Current account balance.
経常収支、
Current account balance.
Current account balance.
Trade balance.
貿易収支、
Trade balance.
Trade balance.
Fiscal balance.
財政均衡、
Fiscal balance.
Fiscal balance.
International competitiveness.
国際競争力、
International competitiveness.
International competitiveness.
International Monetary Fund, IMF.
国際通貨基金、
International Monetary Fund, IMF.
International Monetary Fund, IMF.
World Bank.
世界銀行、
World Bank.
World Bank.
World Trade Organization, WTO.
世界貿易機関、
World Trade Organization, WTO.
World Trade Organization, WTO.
International trade.
国際貿易、
International trade.
International trade.
Trade agreement.
通商協定、
Trade agreement.
Trade agreement.
Free trade agreement, FTA.
自由貿易協定、
Free trade agreement, FTA.
Free trade agreement, FTA.
Economic partnership agreement, EPA.
経済連携協定、
Economic partnership agreement, EPA.
Economic partnership agreement, EPA.
Tariff barriers.
関税障壁、
Tariff barriers.
Tariff barriers.
Non-tariff barriers.
非関税障壁、
Non-tariff barriers.
Non-tariff barriers.
Multinational corporation.
多国籍企業、
Multinational corporation.
Multinational corporation.
Economic blockade.
経済封鎖、
Economic blockade.
Economic blockade.
Economic sanctions.
経済制裁、
Economic sanctions.
Economic sanctions.
Financial system.
金融システム、
Financial system.
Financial system.
Bank.
銀行、
Bank.
Bank.
Commercial bank.
商業銀行、
Commercial bank.
Commercial bank.
Investment bank.
投資銀行、
Investment bank.
Investment bank.
Financial institution.
金融機関、
Financial institution.
Financial institution.
Central bank.
中央銀行、
Central bank.
Central bank.
Fiscal stabilization.
金融安定化、
Fiscal stabilization.
Fiscal stabilization.
Credit crunch.
信用収縮、
Credit crunch.
Credit crunch.
Non-performing loan.
不良債権、
Non-performing loan.
Non-performing loan.
Monetary easing.
金融緩和、
Monetary easing.
Monetary easing.
Monetary tightening.
金融引き締め、
Monetary tightening.
Monetary tightening.
Economic policy.
経済政策、
Economic policy.
Economic policy.
Fiscal stimulus.
財政出動、
Fiscal stimulus.
Fiscal stimulus.
Government spending.
財政支出、
Government spending.
Government spending.
Public investment.
公共投資、
Public investment.
Public investment.
Nationalization.
国有化、
Nationalization.
Nationalization.
Privatization.
民営化、
Privatization.
Privatization.
Economic liberalization.
経済自由化、
Economic liberalization.
Economic liberalization.
Market liberalization.
市場開放、
Market liberalization.
Market liberalization.
Corporate governance.
企業統治、
Corporate governance.
Corporate governance.
Internal control.
内部統制、
Internal control.
Internal control.
Initial public offering, IPO.
株式公開、
Initial public offering, IPO.
Initial public offering IPO.
Listed company.
上場企業、
Listed company.
Listed company.
Private company.
非上場企業、
Private company.
Private company.
Mergers.
企業合併、
Mergers.
Mergers.
Acquisitions.
企業買収、
Acquisitions.
Acquisitions.
Corporate restructuring.
企業再編、
Corporate restructuring.
Corporate restructuring.
Corporate alliance.
企業連携、
Corporate alliance.
Corporate alliance.
Holding company.
持ち株会社、
Holding company.
Holding company.
Venture company.
ベンチャー企業、
Venture company.
Venture company.
Startup.
スタートアップ、
Startup.
Startup.
Innovation.
イノベーション、
Innovation.
Innovation.
Digital economy.
デジタル経済、
Digital economy.
Digital economy.
Sharing economy.
シェアリングエコノミー、
Sharing economy.
Sharing economy.
Subscription model.
サブスクリプションモデル、
Subscription model.
Subscription model.
Crowdfunding.
クラウドファンディング、
Crowdfunding.
Crowdfunding.
Fintech.
フィンテック、
Fintech.
Fintech.
Cryptocurrency.
暗号通貨、
Cryptocurrency.
Cryptocurrency.
Blockchain.
ブロックチェーン、
Blockchain.
Blockchain.
Smart contract.
スマートコントラクト、
Smart contract.
Smart contract.
Non-fungible token, NFT.
非代替性トークン、
Non-fungible token, NFT.
Non-fungible token NFT.
Central bank digital currency, CBDC.
中央銀行デジタル通貨、
Central bank digital currency, CBDC.
Central bank digital currency, CBDC.
Electronic payment.
電子決済、
Electronic payment.
Electronic payment.
Cashless society.
キャッシュレス社会、
Cashless society.
Cashless society.
Data economy.
データ経済、
Data economy.
Data economy.
Platform business.
プラットフォームビジネス、
Platform business.
Platform business.
Supply chain.
サプライチェーン、
Supply chain.
Supply chain.
Logistics.
ロジスティクス、
Logistics.
Logistics.
Globalization.
グローバル化、
Globalization.
Globalization.
Localization.
ローカリゼーション、
Localization.
Localization.
Sustainability.
サステナビリティ、
Sustainability.
Sustainability.
Environmental economics.
環境経済学、
Environmental economics.
Environmental economics.
Carbon tax.
炭素税、
Carbon tax.
Carbon tax.
Renewable energy.
再生可能エネルギ
Renewable energy.
Renewable energy.
ESG investment.
ー、ESG 投資、
ESG investment.
ESG investment.
Socially responsible investment, SRI.
社会的責任投資、
Socially responsible investment, SRI.
Socially responsible investment, SRI.
Corporate social responsibility, CSR.
企業の社会的責任、
Corporate social responsibility, CSR.
Corporate social responsibility, CSR.
Demographic trends.
人口動態、
Demographic trends.
Demographic trends.
Declining birth rate and aging population.
少子高齢化、
Declining birth rate and aging population.
Declining birth rate and aging population.
Pension system.
年金制度、
Pension system.
Pension system.
Health insurance system.
健康保険制度、
Health insurance system.
Health insurance system.
Economic security.
経済安全保障、
Economic security.
Economic security.
Industrial structure.
産業構造、
Industrial structure.
Industrial structure.
Labor market.
労働市場、
Labor market.
Labor market.
Job mobility.
雇用流動性、
Job mobility.
Job mobility.
Work-life balance.
ワークライフバランス、
Work-life balance.
Work-life balance.
Minimum wage system.
最低賃金制度、
Minimum wage system.
Minimum wage system.
Income inequality.
所得格差、
Income inequality.
Income inequality.
Basic income.
ベーシックインカム、
Basic income.
Basic income.
Universal health care.
ユニバーサルヘルスケア、
Universal health care.
Universal health care.
Economic simulation.
経済シミュレーション、
Economic simulation.
Economic simulation.
Macroeconomics.
マクロ経済学、
Macroeconomics.
Macroeconomics.
Microeconomics.
ミクロ経済学、
Microeconomics.
Microeconomics.
Behavioral economics.
行動経済学、
Behavioral economics.
Behavioral economics.